Hello, my name is Fenna. Welcome to Following Fenna. I'm a certified coach and counselor, and I work with people in a Limerence episode and also with their partner. Now, if you're struggling with limerence, you probably heard that no contact with the other person is the fastest way to break the obsession. Or maybe you are in no contact and the doubts and the bargain start to kick in and you think, maybe no contact isn't actually that necessary. Then this video is a needed repeat. Why does it actually work? And with work, I mean stop the addiction. And today I'm breaking down exactly 9 reasons what no contact does to your brain, your emotions, and even your body. And why it helps to heal from limerence more than anything else. Jumping right in, 9 reasons why we went no contact in the first place or why we should. Reason number 1, the contact or no contact breaks the dopamine loop. Limerence is fueled by the intermittent reward like a message, a look from the other person, a like on social media, or even just imagining an encounter. And every tiny piece of attention / breadcrumb spikes the neurotransmitter dopamine. But the problem is the anticipation for the reward spikes it even more. So when you go no contact, you stop feeding that anticipation reward cycle and your brain finally gets a chance to stabilize instead of constantly chasing these emotional highs. And once the dopamine loop breaks, over time the obsession starts to lose its intensity. And eventually we feel calm and collected and regulated again. And we can actually be happy when something nice happens. We will have normal emotions again. That's really great, by the way. Reason number 2. No contact removes the fantasy fuel. Limerence thrives on guessing, interpreting, replaying moments, hoping, waving stories out of even small interactions. And every contact becomes new fuel for the fantasy of the happiness with the other person in the very near future. And with near future, I mean a dangling carrot. So no contact cuts off that fuel source. And with no new data, to obsess over, your mind loses momentum. The fantasy will begin to fade and the emotional charge slowly dissolves. Now, reason number 3. No contact gives you back control. Limerence can feel like losing control over your life, yourself, your mind, and your emotions. I mean, wouldn't it be great to not have to check your phone all day and wait for a message or something to happen? Replay conversations, analyze until you want to bang your head against the wall. And no contact is you taking control again. It's you saying, I decide what happens next. I'm not waiting for scraps of attention anymore. I'm proactive and I choose to have a free mind and I decide what I want to think about. I'm doing the hard work now so I can be free in the future. Reason number 4. No contact shows you the truth about the relationship. When you're in limerence, your brain exaggerates, what a great match you are, for example, the meaning of the bond you have. And after a while, it also smashes your self-esteem, and we have all these biases and this distorted reality about them and about the connection. So distance gives you clarity, and you begin to separate what was real from what was wishful thinking. And many people realize the connection wasn't that mutual or meaningful or compatible as they tend to believe while they're in limerence. And that realization only comes from stepping back from the wall to actually see the whole wall. Now, reason number 5, no contact creates space for your real life. And what I mean by that is limerence pulls all the attention, all your energy towards one person. So no contact gives you space to reconnect with yourself, your goals, your hobbies, your friendships, your kids, maybe even your spouse, your self-worth, and your actual life. It shifts the focus from them back to you, which is healing. This is where healing begins, from them back to you. Number 6, no contact allows an emotional reset, because with enough time and space, something almost every limerent experience happens. You start to feel like yourself again. How great is that? You stop obsessing. You stop replaying every little detail in your mind. You stop needing them and their attention to regulate, to soothe your emotions. Your emotional system resets back to its natural baseline. And that's actually only possible with enough distance. Reason number 7. No contact helps you to detach. The most important benefit of no contact is the grieving and the detachment. And this happens on both emotional and physical levels. When you're in limerence, your body becomes conditioned to respond to the other person. And I'm sure you know that your heart rate increases, your nervous system gets activated, you have this physical longing and this urgency or cravings, and your brain links them to the dopamine reward and your body reacts automatically. That's not a choice. But physical distance leads to emotional distance. When you remove the physical triggers, their voice, their presence, their name popping up, your nervous system slowly stops reacting and stops waiting for it. And you begin to notice, I don't feel the same urgency anymore. I'm not pulled to them anymore like I used to be. As the physical response fades, the emotional intensity follows. And eventually, you no longer hold the same importance to them. The power or a central role in your inner world, they're just not that important anymore. And that is detaching, and it's healthy, it's grounding, and it's liberating in this case. Reason number 8. No contact proves you don't need them to feel whole. And one of the most powerful effects of all is you realize you are still you. You still have value, you still have a future, even a better future. You still have the capacity to feel mutual, healthy love, just not with them. And no contact is not used as a punishment. It's not a way to make them chase you, I hope. It's not a strategy. It's an act of self-compassion, of returning to yourself and see you don't need an addiction in order to be happy. It's actually the other way around. And number 9, why we are in no contact is because it improves your health tremendously. It's another great benefit of going no contact. It dramatically improves your overall health. Limerence puts your body in a constant stress state. I wanted to say phase, state. Your nervous system is on high alert, and I'm sure you noticed this. You're waiting in anticipation, the interaction, and you feel anxious and restless, and your whole system is operating in a fight or flight or freeze response. And this chronic stress that goes on for years maybe raises cortisol and adrenaline and other stress hormones and neurotransmitters. But once you go no contact, your body finally gets a chance to calm down. And here is what starts to improve. You finally get to sleep. You'll sleep better. Your mind slows down. Your body can actually rest. Your anxiety begins to drop with constant triggers and waiting. Your nervous system stops firing alarm signals. You feel more grounded and emotionally steady. Your stress hormones go down when you have less of this internal chaos, and your cortisol levels decrease. You stop living basically in this emergency mode. Your immune system will strengthen and you have more energy. Your brain and body is no longer reacting to constant uncertainty. So no contact gives you and your system the break it needs to calm down. And as we know, limerence can feel so overwhelming and all-consuming, but you can heal from it. People do it all the time. And I'm not saying no contact is easy, but it's one of the most effective tools. You have to break the cycle and regain your clarity and rebuild your life again based on freedom. And if you are in the early days of no contact, please kiss yourself and keep going, because you're not losing this soulmate. You're recovering your life. And I wish I could go back to the grieving, rolling on the floor in agony, in pain, crying, limerent me, and I would kiss her and thank her for the freedom that I experience now. If you like this video, please give it a like, and if you want my help in one-on-one coaching, my email address is in the description below. And for now, I want to thank you so much for watching this video, and I hope to see you in another one. Bye.